Right, Zara, from your trampolining performance, what strengths did you identify in your performance?
The first strength that I identified was that I had good height in my jumps because my knees were fully flexed as I went down in the preparation phase, and my quadriceps generated a lot of power jumping back up. And in the execution, I extended my legs completely, which followed through my power. And as I extended my arms up, it helped me to drive higher up. My second strength was the simple jumps, which also benefited from the height that I got from my jumps. In the execution phase, which is in the air from my straddle, my legs were abducted outwards to the sides for my complete flexibility for the correct shape. And then for the tuck jump, my legs were hugged tightly to my chest to make my move efficient. And then to achieve all these, I maintained a strong core and lower back, and I had to complete extension in my legs to control the landing and stay centered. My third strength was my combined twist because I had accurate position of my body on the trampoline as my back hit the bed in an explosive isotonic movement which generated power for me to come back up. And that movement aided the coordination needed in the transition between the backdrop and half twist. In the half twist, my arms were extended upwards and rotated at the shoulder joints for me to twist quickly in the air and give me time to go back to my second backdrop.
Were there any weaknesses that you identified in your performance?
Yes, the first weakness I identified was my front somersault because I travelled forward in my landing. This was because I had a slight over-rotation in the air because I didn't have complete control. My legs were not fully abducted to my adducted into my chest, which slowed down my rotation because I increased air resistance. Therefore, I ended up opening my body too late, causing me to land forward. My second weakness I identified was my full twist because I slightly over-twisted more than 360 degrees because I lost control high up in the air, and especially because it's the highest move because it's the first jump. My body was very tight, however, I extended and rotated my arms too fast, which caught me off balance in the air and caused me to lose control. Therefore, I over-twisted before I landed.
What could you do to address these weaknesses in your performance?
To improve my front somersault, I would do a series of progressive drills, and to stop me avoiding rotating, I would start with repeated tuck jumps to focus on the tight shape of the rotation, adducting my legs as close to my chest as possible. Then after that, I would use a mat and put it in front of me for doing a standing front somersault to kill the bounce and help me to not over-rotate. Next, I would take the mat out and just do a standing front somersault without the bounces, because with the bounces it increases more air time for errors, so there's a less chance of me over-rotating. Then I would add bounces to this as a final stage, do the full move and focus on my opening of the body, do it earlier rather than later so that I'm standing straight up in the air before landing. And to add to that, I would video it and ask for feedback from either my coach or a partner to see if I'm opening too late or too early. For my full twist, and avoid losing control, I would start with 2 standing half twists, so I would do one half twist, bounce and do another half twist. Then I would progress that into a full twist with no bounces to focus on accurate rotation and the swing of my arms, making sure it's not too fast or too slow. Then I would add bounces to get the flow of the full rotation in the air before landing and the arms extending, not too fast and too slow. And then at the end, I would do peer feedback by videoing myself and getting constructive criticism.
Okay, thank you very much.